Good morning, grade 4. How are you? I hope to be well. Today, inshallah, we will start by Unit 7. The paragraph is about people of the world. People of the world. First, old customs. Custom the same with tradition, عادات. In a modern world. In the modern world. Modern like new world. People live in all parts of the world. People live in all parts of the world. Most people live in towns and cities, but other people live hundreds of kilometers near the city. So we have people live in the city, we have people live in the towns. Okay, they lived on a high mountains. They related to people. So we have also people live on a high mountains. They live in a hot desert also. There there are people live in a desert and in a snowy forest. So we have people live in towns, cities, people near cities, in high mountains, hot deserts, and a snowy forest. They keep animals for food. So people they keep animals, بيربوا الحيوانات for food. They make their clothes and homes. They make from animal food and they can make clothes from the wool or from the hair of animal and homes. They are different to people who live in a large town in a city. So we have big difference between people who live in deserts and people who live in a city because they do not need a lot of shops. People who live in a desert or in a forest, they don't need shops, they don't need cars and lorries like a big car, okay? And also they don't need much electricity and water. So electricity in Arabic like كهرباء يا teacher. Now waivers, waiver a paper who wave. Look at these people, they are waiver, okay? So waiver of South America. The Incas, the Incas lived in Peru in South America. 500 years ago, they were very rich and powerful. They were very rich and powerful. So Incas, it's a name of people who live in Peru. Peru is a makan in South Africa, in South America. These people were very rich, the same had a lot of money and powerful, strong. Okay, so these people were rich and powerful. They had much large cities and they were good fighters. So they had a large cities and were good fighters. Fighters muqatilin, okay? They had gold and silver and jewels. So they were very rich because they had gold, silver, and jewels. They keep they kept many animals and they had good food and clothes. Then explorers from Spain came. They fought the Incas and captured their king. Okay, أجوا الإسبان to the Incas people and captured their king ومسكوا الملك تبعهم. The Spanish ruled over Incas. Okay. Here, the Incas spoke the Quichua language. Quichua, the name of language. Okay, Quichua اسم اللغة اللي بيحكوها. Quichua people are still living in Puro today. They keep sheep and goat in the mountain. They get wool from animals. They spin the wool in and weave it into clothes. They spin and weave it into a cloth. They make clothes and clothes for tents from what? From the wool of the animal. They make patterns. Patterns the same with shapes, okay? And clothes. The patterns are like the old Incas patterns. Now let's move to the second part of the lesson. Herdsmen of Northern Europe. What do we mean? Herdsmen اللي هم الرعاة. The Sami people, اسم الناس Samiyin in Arabic. In English, the Sami people live in a northern Europe. It is very cold in winter. So in north of Europe, it's a very cold in winter. And there is a lot of snow on the ground. Look at the picture. A lot of snow. Okay. Some Sami people are nomads. Nomads اللي هم الرحال. People who travel from one place to another. Here we have the meaning of nomads. That means they travel from one place to another. These people, they keep a big herds of a reindeer. بيربوا يا teacher reindeer. Reindeer in Arabic اللي هو غزال الرنة. Look at this animal. They live in snowy weather, and the Sami people kept these animal. Okay, they make a big, or they keep a big herds, like a large number of this animal. They live in a tent, and when the reindeer need new grass, they pick up their tents and move on. So when the reindeer need grass اللي هو يتشر العشب to eat it, and this place there is no grass, they picked up their tent and moved to a place had a grass. Now we are going to read about farmers of Tibet. Farmer of Tibet. Tibet is the name of place. The Tibetans, it's a name of people. The Tibetan people live near the highest mountain in the world. So these people live in a highest mountain. They live in a mountain in the world. Some Tibets are nomad, so also these Tibet's people are nomad. برضه هم رحال. They keep sheep and goats. Tibet's farmers use yak. These farmers هم مزارعين use yak. What do yak? This animal called yak. اللي هو الثور in Arabic. The yak pull a cart and blows. Blows in Arabic محراب. Here, yak are strong animal. Yak are strong animal. Yes, the last paragraph, travelers in the desert. It's about Bedouin people. It's about Bedouin people. The Bedouin people, like Bedou in Arabic. The Bedouin people who live in a desert. So the Bedouin people live in hot places, okay? Some Bedouin travel through the desert. It's like the Sami people. They keep animal and live in a tent. So the Bedou also teacher keep animal and live in a tent like the Sami people. When they move animals, they can take their tents with them. So when they move from one place to another place, they take their animals and their tents. They hunt with the falcons. This animal called falcons. So their families have more food. Nowadays, not many Bedouin live in a desert, okay? So البدو بطلوا يعيشوا in a desert all the time. Many of them, they live in houses, in towns and villages, but they still fly at falcons in the desert. Look here at the falcons are a very beautiful bird with a sharp beak. Look at the beaks here, it's very sharp and watchful eyes. That's fine for today. Thank you for listening. Yeah, teacher, inshallah, tomorrow we will move to a reading comprehension and a new vocabulary. يعطيكم العافية. See you tomorrow, inshallah.